Hello, so we are on, I am on day 18 now of recovery from an Achilles tendon rupture. So I'm going to talk about sort of an update since the last week or so, whilst I sort of get on with a little bit of muscle retention, should I say. So whilst the leg is in a cast, there's not a lot I can do. This right leg of mine is going to atrophy. Okay, I'm going to lose some muscle mass. There's just not as much stimulus going through it anymore. The left leg, however, I'm probably not going to do these, repeat these exercises on my left leg, mainly because now the left leg is actually having to work harder. So simple things like getting up off the sofa, that's now turned into a single leg squat. Granted, with a bit of support from my crutches, it's a single leg squat effectively. So I feel like, although I'm going to lose muscle strength during the recovery period with the boot and the cast on the right leg for the Achilles, I'm going to lose muscle mass. You know, I'm just not squatting as heavy, I'm just not moving as much. It's going to happen. I'm not worried too much about the return and base level strength, you know, being able to walk, being able to support my own body weight. However, my right leg is a different story, especially the calf, but there's not a lot I can do about that because it's fixed in place at the moment. But that doesn't mean that the rest of the thigh, the quads and hamstrings, should suffer from it. Likewise, hips, glutes as well. This isn't going to be hypertrophy, you know, I'm not going to get bigger muscles from this. It's just about trying to reduce the damage, reduce the muscle loss. We won't stop the muscle loss, I just need to minimize it as best I can. So, bit of a week's update then. Since I last spoke to you, which was what, day 13? So I'd had the operation, it'd been a couple of days after the operation. I'm not on pain meds anymore, which is good. Haven't needed any codeine. A little bit of paracetamol over sort of a couple of days, but rather than taking it sort of the dose every 4 hours, it's been, okay, I've had one dose of tablets later on in the evening after an uncomfortable day kind of thing. So definitely don't need those anymore, which is good. I'm just trying to count how many reps I'm doing whilst talking. Definitely can wiggle my toes a bit more, there's no pain now. And likewise, just doing things like being able to tense my leg doesn't induce, I can feel it, I can feel the operation site sort of tensing up and a little bit, but it's not painful, it doesn't feel like there's any undue stress, so to speak. I am a lot better. It's still pretty uncomfortable in a sense that all I want to do is just roll my ankle, just move it around, but of course I can't. So wiggling my toes is the best I can get. I'm starting to be a bit more comfortable just being able to tense my calf muscle inside the cast, but I don't want to do that too strongly because I don't want to rip anything. But it is just helping to pump some blood a little bit. Now, one of probably the biggest issues at the minute, day 18, is blood pooling at the moment. So at the moment, the biggest issue, the most pain I do get is blood pooling. So my leg's been up for a while, as I'm being told to do. And then when the leg goes down, either sitting, so the leg drops down a bit from sitting, or having to stand, I can feel the blood rushing to my feet, and you can see my toes go purple a bit, and that's quite uncomfortable. Quickly solved, bring the leg back up again. But it's uncomfortable, it's not pleasant, it hurts, I can feel this surgery site throbbing. It's, again, like I say, not pleasant. Other than that, that's kind of the only, well, I'll say the only issues that I'm getting. There are obviously interferences to life. I'm now being able to cook. I've got a chair in the kitchen, so I kneel on the chair, and that means I can do simple things like I can chop, I can put things in a pan and whatnot. We're cooking again, means I can help wash up as well. There's still an absolute pain in the arse to then get the food from the kitchen to where I need to eat it, because trying to walk with crutches and hold a plate, it just doesn't happen. So I'm still, at the moment, reliant on other people. I've lost count of where I am in reps now. Good. I'll call it there. I can feel it. I'm still reliant on other people to carry things like food for me. It's simply like making tea or coffee. It's now put it in a flask, a sealed flask. I can sort of hook that round a finger whilst I'm using my crutches, walk that through. So that's handy. Driving still a no-go, of course. Hey ho, that happens. But I suppose that's the negative stuff out of the way. All the things that, you know, are still a bit awkward, still a bit painful, things I can't do. Now, things that I can do. No, I'm starting to exercise again. So day 18, this is what, Wednesday. I started exercising on Monday, so I'm using the resistance machines in the gym. Just simple things like chest press, pull down, flies. I'm using resistance bands now to do things like rows and lat raises, so still getting some upper body work. I even managed to get in some core work, doing some V-sits or crunch V-sits. Now, I haven't tried a full core day just yet, because when I'm balancing in a core, when you're doing things, I can feel the calf and leg muscles just tensing up a bit much. So that's my target for Friday. Give it another couple of days. So what, 18, 19, day 20 is going to be my target to do a bit of a core workout where we can, to support this hip development, to support trying to hold the weight, hold my body in the future for when the cast comes off and the boot comes on, and likewise when the boot comes off entirely, which is still another 2 months away. And I've already had comments about how much weight I've lost. People can start to see it now. Yes, I've reduced my calories. I've also have to reduce my exercise. People are going to see that I've lost quite a bit of weight already. We've only been going a little over 2.5 weeks. However, that shows that what I was doing was proven to be working. Fitness principles, it has reversibility. If I stop doing it, I lose it. So that means what I was doing was working. What else is good? So yeah, cooking now, cleaning a bit. Back at work, I'm back in the gym. My last update was from the gym office. Now I'm actually getting out and about in the gym. Got a little wheelie chair that I can, so an office chair that I can sort of kneel on and use that to wheel around, which makes life a bit easier, which is a bit better. I managed to get a bit of a mace workout in yesterday. It was only just sitting on a box doing 360s. That's all it was, but it was really nice to get a bit of cardio development in again. Just 10 minutes, an EMOM style workout, 10 minutes, swinging a mace, getting my blood pressure, my heart rate up just for an elevated period of time. The theory being, my theory, is it helped flush some of the blood that's pooling in the calf. With the blood pressure being able to, the heart pumping blood down, it also helped come round the U-bend, back up again, effectively. I know it's not actually a U-bend, it's just a way of describing it. And sending some of that blood back up again, sending some nutrients down and getting some of the waste back out that isn't happening whilst my calf is locked in position. So that's good, that's a benefit. Sleep's a lot easier now. Now there's no pain. I'm starting to get used to this bulky thing on my leg when I sleep. It's still a bit itchy and sore in the morning. Sort of pressure point of just being laying on one point. But otherwise it's a lot more simple. So hopefully going into next week we should have more improvement. The cast comes off on day 22 as it stands, so Monday, and hopefully I should have another update for you on Wednesday when I'm actually in a boot and see what the consultants and people have said about how the recovery is going to go from here. I know it's going to be another 8 weeks in a boot. It's still limited calf movement. It'd be handy to be able to take my foot off. I think I'll be allowed to take my foot out so I can wash, which is going to be bliss. And I think after about week 6, I can start taking my foot out of the boot to sleep, which is nice. After week 8, I can then start to drive, and then it's still a long 9 to 12 months recovery before I'm back up to full fitness. Hopefully, like I say, should have an update for you about this time next week with a little bit more information and a little bit more development in the recovery process of my Achilles rupture. Right, I'll see you soon.